It's live?
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Hello. You know, wait until Facebook lets me know that you're all there. Hi everyone. I am here on the beautiful Manly Wharf. It's so nice here. The rain stopped, which is even better, but let me just show you. This
Hello.
is my friend Craig.
Hi there.
Craig's going to help us this afternoon, and what we're going to talk about is I'm really interested for you guys to hear what he has to say and what he's thought of some of the things that we discussed today, which I'm going to discuss with you. But have a look at how awesome it is today here. Ooh, sunshine. Very much on a rainy day. So I've just spent the last 2 days in a training room with the beautiful Shelley Rose Chevy, who's this unbelievable communications trainer, and she uses a lot of her foundations in NLP. And if you know me, you know how fundamental NLP has been to me over the last few years. And what she was training us on was our ability to be able to understand what and how someone makes decisions and what their motivations are in particular situations. And there's so many different contexts and there's so many situations that you can actually use all this stuff, which is, oh, it's so good. And I'm going to be putting so much of it in all of my trainings coming forward. But some of the things that I think that everyone should know that would make such a big difference to their ability to be able to communicate is two things. And I've just spent the afternoon talking to Craig, and Craig is my, he's been very gracious, and he helped me get to Australia when I first moved here. He's been a really strong mentor to me, and we've been talking about these for most of the afternoon, as well as some this is kind of the communication. Say hi, Craig.
Hi there.
Hi there. This is very strong. So some of the things that, two things, I don't want to overwhelm you, but I want you to give two things that you can really use in your communication going forward. And it's how someone knows whether or not the decision is good for them. And one of the things that you and I, Craig, have talked about is about whether someone makes a decision internally or externally. So Craig, how do you make a decision? How do you know if the decision is
I'm
good
absolutely
for you?
internal.
Yeah, and tell us a little bit how you know that you're internal.
I listen to all the information outside, but I still make the decision.
Okay, so when Craig makes a decision, he needs to gather all the information, but for him to know that it's the right decision for him, he needs to gather the information. Which, if you've ever had a conversation, and I'm sure your wife would contest to this, she would say that you can't get Craig to do anything that he doesn't want to do, right?
Very true.
Yeah, because Craig needs to know that it's the right decision for him. So how you would communicate to someone who doesn't like to be told what to do is to then give that information over to them, So when you're telling someone who's really internal to say, you need to do this and you need to do that, they're not going to listen to you. Oh, hey Claire! They're not going to listen to you. So saying things like only you can decide, and when you're able to make that decision, so Craig, when you're able to make a decision, how easy is it for you to make the decision?
It's very simple when I've gathered the information. If I hadn't gathered the information, it'd be very difficult, and I'd probably reject.
You probably reject it, yeah. So what if I was to tell you that it's really important for you to drink that glass of wine right now?
Well, I do like wine, but...
to drink it really quickly, because you need to make us all feel good when you drink wine.
If you tell me that it'll make you feel good, I'd do it. Otherwise, I don't like to be told what to do. I need to receive the information differently.
You need to receive the information. So if you know that someone needs to internally validate that information, like Craig does here, and I do too, because if you don't like someone telling you what to do, recognize that. Be able to share that information with someone else. Like, I don't like to be told what to do. Offer me suggestions. Give me alternatives to what I can actually do, and I'll probably be more open to listening to what you do. the number two, so the first one we've just talked about is about whether or not you're internally or externally motivated. So the externally motivated is that you see everyone else doing it, and because everyone else is doing it, you want to do it.
Yeah.
So for you, that's drinking wine, right?
Yeah.
So if everyone else is drinking wine, you want to drink wine.
I want to drink wine. Makes you want to drink wine.
Makes you want to drink wine. Not necessarily drink it, but makes you want to drink it. But the second one that I find the most potent as to why people are motivated to do things is, do they need to have lots of different varieties, or do they need to be told 1, 2, 3? Do they need to be given a sequence in order to make that decision? What is their motivations? So, Craig, if I was to ask you, would you like another rosé? Would you like another Sauvignon Blanc? Would you like another red wine?
You know what? I'd love the choice, but I know what I want.
You know what you want.
I want the rosé.
And you want the rosé. So how did you decide you wanted the rosé?
Because it's in the mood I'm in.
It's in the mood.
But it's my choice.
Yeah, okay. So did you see how that he liked the options, but for him to make the decision, he wanted to go through the process, because it was his choice, because he's internal. We all know that.
That's it.
But it's so important for us to understand how each other communicates in particular situations. So we've just been talking about decisions on how to choose a wine. But you can do this in lots of different ways. And Craig and I have had a really deep discussion about this today, and I'd love for him to share some of the things that he's taken away from the things that we've discussed before we just cut off. So what do you think, Craig?
Well, I know that I've been able to impart lots of knowledge to Ellie, but Ellie's taught me a lot of things this afternoon, and I've got a big meeting coming up, and she's allowed me to look at it as I've got to convey my message rather than just say what I think. I'm the sort of person who will say what I think, but I know that now I need to understand how that person will receive the message.
Yep. Yeah, totally.
And so now I've got to work out that person before I say anything to them.
Yep. Yeah. Because what would happen if you said it in a way that only made sense to you and that person didn't understand from that? What do you think might happen in that meeting that's so important to you?
I think my very important meeting would fail.
And how many times do we go into these important meetings and we don't necessarily understand how that other person is processing what's so important to us, but we don't actually understand where that other person's coming from. That's just 2 insights that I've taken from the last 2 days, and I've shared those with Craig. I'd love to hear from you if you've had any communication problems at the moment, but the main thing is, if you really want to understand some of these, drop it in the message, because I'm going to be running trainings that incorporate a lot of these things over the next few months, and if you're interested in learning any more or trying to understand yourself even better, I'd love to have you along. But yeah, we're having a great day here on the it's so hard, isn't it?
Yeah, Manly Wharf.
Manly Wharf, it's really hard, and we're trying it really hard for you. But any questions, pop it in the comments. Otherwise, I'll put the trainings that I've got coming up over the next couple of months, and if you can come there, I'd love to have you along. Bye. Say bye, Craig.
To interrupt.
We just had a phone call. Sorry.